again from Northern Ontario. My name's Dave. This is Makiro site, my in-scale layout. And this is session 5 on scratch building a warehouse. I'm going to just, let me see. There we go. So I'm going to switch over here to camera 6. And we can take a look at the so we have the building itself, which is here, and this is the end wall here. So they're going to fit together. Along this space is the loading dock for boxcars to pull up to. If you haven't watched the rest of the videos, the other part of the factory actually has rail tracks going right inside the factory to another loading dock to unload and load things from the factory. Today we're going to work on just the loading dock itself. Now, once again, I used my laser cutter to cut out. Sorry, let's see it here, and let me see if we can focus that so you can see those. Well, I cut out these little floor girders. You can just barely see them in my finger there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue them onto the loading dock itself. So this is the loading dock. It's going to sit right here. I've got some brass staircases that I'm going to cut out, and I'm going to put a staircase at the end of the dock, so coming down. And there's also going to be a concrete pad that this dock sits on. But for today, we're going to see if we can get all of these little trusses in place. I'm going to be using super glue. And I'm using the thin stuff, so I'm going to get out one of these little fine nozzles and see if I can control the glue any better than I have been. The thin stuff really goes fast. It's like water, so you sort of have to be gentle with the applicator and stuff. So we'll see if this works any better than just doing it right out of the bottle. Now, I don't know. I'm gonna assume I'm just gonna double check to see if there's actually anything flowing. All right, there we go. So I'm gonna put this on here, and I'm gonna test it again down here on the paper. Okay, that's good. So I've got the activator and the glue. I'm going to try and do it with the overhead camera and try and keep my my fingers and hands out of the way so you actually see what we're doing. So let's switch to 6, and there you can see the loading dock itself. I think that's, we're zoomed in all the way. So here we go. So the thing I'm going to do is first, I'm going to take a scalpel, and I'm going to lay this down on here, and I'm going to trim off. I'm going to trim off 2 sections of the truss, because I've got this piece of bamboo rod here to stop the dock from bowing because of the curve. So there, this goes in there like that, and a little spritz. There we go. Now this is going to be rinse and repeat kind of thing, but I want to get it done today. So again, I take the scalpel, snip that off, and I'm going to have to pick this up or do it another way. Let me do it this way, I think. And then I can, yeah. And spritz. Take another one of these. And now we're up over 300 subscribers now to this channel, which I appreciate. I really do. I have had a couple of comments about the background music, and I sort of want to do a poll. I have a background music because when I started this, the channel itself, there was a lot of dead air where I was doing stuff and not talking and not telling you what I was doing as I was doing it. Now that we've done, I think we're at about 70 videos and 300, I think it's 303 subscribers. I would like people to take the time, if you can, and just leave a comment about the background music. Now, not the background music that's going to be playing until Christmas, because that's Christmas music. I'm talking about the background music that I play on all my videos. Some people find it distracting, and if that's the case, I'm willing to lose it. I've got better talking while we're doing things, so that we don't really need the background music. But as I say, if you got the time and the energy, it would be nice to know if it's something you want me to lose, and I'll lose it, because it doesn't matter to me whether there's music in the background or not. And I'll just put some glue in there. And yeah, knock that one over. And now it's stuck. Isn't that interesting? Okay, are you seeing this? I'm going to scrape that off. And these scalpels are really sharp, and I got on to using them from a British channel I watch called Chanwell, and he does. I think I mentioned this before. He does his models in paper and cardboard using a free graphics program, drawing program called Inkscape, and he even has a tutorial on Inkscape. So it'd be worth you going and taking a look at it. But because he does everything in paper, and all of it he cuts out by hand and not with a machine of any kind, at least I don't think I've ever seen him use one of those Cry-Cut cutters, or definitely not a laser cutter. He tends to do everything by hand. So there we go. So we're coming along here. We're just going to get going. I think there's 24 of these things that have to go in. Again, snip that off. Put down a bead. Now what I'm going to do is once this is once all the girders, beams or girder beams are in place, then I'm going to spray paint this sort of a rust color, and then I'm going to glue this to the concrete pad that the whole loading dock sits on. And then we will come on, you beast. Old man shaky hands here. There we go. So we'll just keep working our way through here. Now again, I'm trying to keep these videos shorter than I have had them before. Oh my God, I'm breaking it. I found that people really don't seem to want to sit and watch something for an hour. So 20 minutes is usually my goal. Now again, the glue I'm using is Starbond. You can buy it in sort of a package where you get medium, thick, and thin in one package. It's not inexpensive, but I'm finding that it is amazing in terms of its ability to hold stuff. Alright. Now, if you're wondering how I know where I'm putting these, I put a pencil mark on down, indicating where I wanted the beams to go. Now, again, the one thing about working in N scale is as finicky as can be. Because they're so tiny. And I think I've reached the limit of my laser cutter in terms of how thin I can go on things like these beams. I'm going to bring that back out here. Come on, be good to me. There we go. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Got just enough. All right, let's glue. Now, originally this loading dock was going to be a little bit wider. but I had to change it because I have another piece of track going into the building, and had we made the loading dock itself very wide, then the whole building would have been very deep. And this is supposed to be one of these background buildings that doesn't have a back on it; just sits right up against the scenic strip that's going to be behind these. So we're getting close to the end here, guys. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the camera once I get all these down, and I'm going to go off and paint it because the spray booth is over on the other side of the room. And I'm going to get it. Did I put any glue down there? Doesn't look like it did. Okay, we're getting down. We're getting down to the end here. I got 3 to go, and I have 3, just 3. I cut a lot extra because I knew this was going to probably happen to me. This one's not exactly identical to the rest, but we will put it down anyway. Okay. 2 to go. So, here. And last one is right here. And I'm going to get a pair of tweezers for this one because I think I'm going to need it. Because I can't get between. Glue down. This is the last one of these going in place right there. Now, while that's setting up, I want to show you. I've been doing a whack of 3D printing in the last couple of days. And lo and behold, we now have forklifts that we can put on the in the factory and on the factory loading docks. Now these, oops, that's fallen off. Okay, I'm gonna have to glue that back on. Now I got these this model on a site I may have mentioned before, but maybe not. There are a bunch of us who, I know that Mark in Sweden that does it too. He uses a website called CG Trader. Now CG Trader is a site where designers go off and design 3D models, and you can go and buy them. And so I went and hunted for forklift, and I got 2 or 3. Now they can be very expensive, the models, when you buy them, or they can be very inexpensive. It just depends. I think this model cost me something like $6, and now I have a file that I could print off hundreds of these, and it wouldn't make any difference to the guy who bought the file, as long as I don't go out and sell the darn models online for people. So I would suggest, if you're looking for something in industrial, mechanical for your layout, go and check out CG Trader, and you can have an account for free, but you will be using your credit card to buy stuff. Anyway, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to shut down cameras. I'm going to shut down the cameras and go off and spray paint this. Once it's spray painted, I'll come back and we'll glue this to the concrete pad substructure for it, and that will be the end of the video. What's going to happen between now and next week is I am going to paint the top of this. I'm going to build this building, the big structure. I'm going to build this big structure, and very fortunately, in the mail today, I received from AliExpress street lights. And let's go back to 6 little street lights like this. And if you're careful, and you have to, I sacrificed one figuring out how to do this. If you're careful, you can pull the head off, keep the wires attached, and you'll have a light that you can put on your building. What we're going to do here is we're going to drill holes in the front of the excuse me, here. We're going to drill holes over top of all the loading bays and put in some lights. We're also going to drill some holes on the loading dock for the semi-trucks coming in and put lights above these openings as well. So there's going to be like 5 or 6 lights that go in, and we'll. Oh, I don't want to do that yet. All right, so it'll be a few seconds for you, and then maybe 20 minutes for me to paint this, and then let it dry, and then we'll come back and build the rest of it. And like I said, next week I'll already have this painted. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm doing here with this surface. I have some plastic evergreen sheets that look like what do they call it? It's a steel plate kind of thing, grid. It's a texture, and I'm just trying to figure out whether I'm going to use it or not. The issue there is that the plate that the evergreen comes on is very thick, and I didn't allow for that in my dimensions when I was building the structure. So anyway, we're going to stop right now, and I'm going to go off and do some painting. When I come back, you'll be able to see this little bridge thing finished. Okay? So we're back, and it's been painted and glued together. So I'm going to go to 6, I guess. I don't know if you'll be able to see. Trying to get a light on it here. Hold on, I got this boom light that I can bring over, and you can just about see the beams. I painted them a primer red, and now this is going to sit right here along there. Then the lights are going to go above here, here, and here. And then there's a roof that protects the workers while they are working on the dock in foul weather. The forklift just fits on here, so we're okay with that. And so next week, when we come back here, this top will be painted, and the holes will be drilled, and the lights will probably be in place on here. And I'm going to build an interior floor for this. I'm trying to remember whose whose channel I saw it on. Somebody's channel. I've watched so many. I am going to put photographs of a warehouse interior behind these doors here, so that when you look in, you will actually see what appears to be a warehouse, even though it's just paper photographs mounted on the inside of the building. So again, that's it for this week. Trying to keep them short, like I said. This is ready to go. I have already taken my picked the brass stairs that I need, and I think it's these little ones here. Yes, it's these little ones here, and I'm gonna fold them and paint them so that they're ready to go. So I want to thank you for watching this week. Today's the 15th, so next week will be right before Christmas. Is that right? Will be right before Christmas. I'll just take a look here. Go back to December. Yeah, it'll be the 22nd, and that will be the last video of the year. I'm taking time off from Christmas to New Year's, and so you'll probably see a new video on the first Thursday in January, and it'll probably still be this building. There's lots to do still. There's roofs and floors and weathering and detailing that has to be done. So I want to thank you for watching. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family. And as always, remember, it's your road, and you can do it any way you bloody please. So thank you, and I'll see you next week.